a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. James Gunn. James Francis Gunn Jr. is an American filmmaker, actor, novelist, and musician. He started his career as a screenwriter in the mid-1990s, writing the scripts for Tromeo and Juliet, the specials, Scooby-Doo, and its sequel, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and the 2004 version of Dawn of the Dead. He then started working as a director, starting with the horror comedy film Slither. He subsequently wrote and directed the web series James Gunn's PG porn, the superhero film Super, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe film Guardians of the Galaxy and its sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Early life. Gunn was born in St. Louis, Missouri. He was raised between St. Louis and Manchester, Missouri. His brothers are actor Sean, actor and political writer Matt, screenwriter Brian, and former executive vice president with Artisan Entertainment Patrick. He also has a sister named Beth. Their parents are Leota and James F. Gunn, an attorney. Gunn states his surname is derived from the Irish name McGill Gunn, meaning, sons to the servants of the god of the dead. Growing up, Gunn was influenced by low-budget films such as Night of the Living Dead and Friday the 13th. He read magazines like Fangoria and attended genre movie screenings, including the original Dawn of the Dead at the Tivoli Theatre in St. Louis. At the age of 12, he began making 8mm zombie films with his brothers in the woods near their home. Gunn and his brothers all attended the Jesuit St. Louis University High School, where he graduated in 1984. He went on to earn a Bachelor of Arts from St. Louis University. While at St. Louis University, Gunn created political cartoons for the school's student weekly, the University News. Gunn said that, at an unspecified time in his college education, I went to 2 years undergraduate film school at Loyola Marymount in Los Angeles. But I was pretty screwed up at the time, and had to leave. Years later I went to graduate school at the Columbia University School of Fine Arts, but I studied prose writing, not film writing. He earned a Master of Fine Arts from Columbia University in 1995. Music. While living in St. Louis, Gunn started a band, The Icons, in 1989, serving as lead vocalist. The group released the album We Like It Here on Earth in 1994, and its songs, Sunday, and Walking Naked, were featured in the film Tromeo and Juliet. The Icons disbanded in the mid-1990s. Gunn has continued to work in music, composing songs for Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and Movie 43. Film and television. Gunn began his career in filmmaking with Tromeo Entertainment in 1995, for which he wrote the independent film Tromeo and Juliet. Working alongside his mentor Lloyd Kaufman, the co-founder of Troma, Gunn learned how to write screenplays, produce films, scout locations, direct actors, distribute films, and create his own poster art. After contributing to several other Troma films, Gunn in 2000 wrote, produced, and performed in the superhero comedy The Specials, directed by Craig Mazin and featuring Rob Lowe, Thomas Hayden Church, Paget Brewster, Judy Greer, and Jamie Kennedy. Gunn's first major Hollywood screenplay was Scooby-Doo in 2002. In 2004, he wrote the screenplays for the remake of Dawn of the Dead and the sequel Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. With these films, Gunn became the first screenwriter to have 2 films top the box office in consecutive weeks. That same year, he executive produced and starred in the mockumentary Lolly Love, directed by and starring his then-wife Jenna Fisher. His film directorial debut was the 2006 horror comedy Slither, which was included on Rotten Tomatoes' list of the 50 best ever reviewed horror movies. Gunn's next projects included the comedy short film Humanity, which was originally intended exclusively for the Xbox Live's Horror Meets Comedy series of short comedy films by horror directors. It was replaced with Sparky and Michaela, which debuted on Xbox Live on December 31, 2008. In an April 2009 interview on The Jace Hall Show, Gunn described Sparky and Michaela as being about a human and Raccoon Crime Fighting Team, and they fight crime in both the forest world, among the furry animals, and in the human world. Gunn also has a short-form web series for Spike.com titled James Gunn's PG Porn. In 2008, Gunn was a judge on the VH1 reality television show Scream Queens, where 10 unknown actresses compete for a role in the film Survivor, where he directed contestants during acting challenges. In 2009, Gunn announced he was going to write and direct Pets, a comedy about a man who is abducted by aliens who want to turn him into a household pet, with Ben Stiller, Stuart Cornfeld and Jeremy Kramer producing. However, by March 2009, Gunn announced, "Pets unfortunately is done. I'm gone. I left the project for various reasons. I hope it sees the light of day somehow, but it won't be with me attached as director." In 2010, Gunn released Super, a dark comedy and superhero satire starring Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page. Gunn co-wrote and directed the Marvel Studios adaptation of Guardians of the Galaxy, which was released on August 1, 2014. His brother, Sean, has a role in the film. Gunn has appeared as an actor, mostly in smaller roles or uncredited appearances in his own projects. Dan Gilroy and Jack Black separately lamented the proliferation of superhero films. Gunn responded in a Facebook post, saying in part, Gunn wrote and produced the horror film The Belko Experiment, which was released in 2017. In 2016, he directed 3 Stan Lee cameo scenes in one day for the film Doctor Strange and 2 unrevealed projects. Gunn wrote and directed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Gunn was slated to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but in July 2018, Disney removed Gunn as the director amid controversy over off-color jokes he had tweeted. In October 2018, Gunn was hired to write a completely new script for Suicide Squad 2, with the intention of also serving as director, after its original director Gavin O'Connor left due to scheduling issues. Other media. Gunn wrote a novel in 2000, The Toy Collector, a story of a hospital orderly who steals drugs from the hospital which he sells to help keep his toy collection habit alive. In 1998, he and Troma's president Lloyd Kaufman co-wrote All I Need to Know About Filmmaking I Learned from the Toxic Avenger, about his experiences with Kaufman while working at Troma. He wrote the story for Grasshopper Manufacture's video game Lollipop Chainsaw. Firing from Disney. In July 2018, alt-right conspiracy theorist Mike Cernovich drew attention to tweets that Gunn wrote between 2008 and 2012, joking about topics like rape, child abuse, and pedophilia. Amid criticism of the tweets, Disney severed ties with Gunn. He was fired as director of the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 film. He was also dismissed from a role to help lead Marvel's planned Cosmic Universe. Gunn responded, "I have regretted those jokes for many years since. Regardless of how much time has passed, I understand and accept the business decisions taken today. Even these many years later, I take full responsibility for the way I conducted myself then. All I can do now is offer my sincere and heartfelt regret to everyone inside my industry and beyond. I again offer my deepest apologies." Disney's decision received criticism from several entertainers and journalists, including actors Dave Bautista, Selma Blair, Patton Oswalt, David Dastmalchian, Michael Ian Black, Michaela Hoover, Mike Colter, Alex Winter, David Hasselhoff, directors Joe Carnahan and Fede Alvarez, comics artist Jim Starlin, musician Rhett Miller, comedian Jim Jeffries, Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland, journalist David A. French, and Troma Entertainment founder and president Lloyd Kaufman. Bobcat Goldthwait, who worked as a voice actor on the 1997 Disney film Hercules, responded to the incident by asking Disney to remove his voice from an upcoming park attraction based on the film. A number of media outlets openly criticized Disney's decision, including Collider, Cartoon Brew, The Daily Dot, The Independent, National Review, MovieWeb, and Vulture. An online petition urging Disney to rehire Gunn received over 400,000 signatures. On July 30, 2018, Guardians of the Galaxy cast members Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, Sean Gunn, Karen Gillan, Pom Klementif, and Michael Rooker released a joint statement through social media expressing their support for Gunn. Personal life. Gunn married actress Jenna Fisher on October 7, 2000, in an event that Gunn's hometown paper said was officiated by Lloyd Kaufman, but which Gunn later clarified had not been. "They said I was married by Lloyd Kaufman, which is not true. He was at my wedding and he gave a speech." Gunn and Fisher had originally met in the St. Louis area through Gunn's brother Sean, who had acted in plays alongside Fisher in high school. After 7 years of marriage, Gunn and Fisher announced their separation in a joint statement on September 5, 2007, divorcing in 2008. In 2010, Fisher persuaded Gunn to cast Rainn Wilson, her co-star on The Office, in Gunn's film Super. Gunn was raised in a Roman Catholic family and has mentioned how prayer continues to play an important role in his life, but has also said that he is, in some ways, anti-religion. Gunn explained his views in detail in 2016. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?